Yo, what's up? What's going on, man? Know it's been a minute. I'm back at you. I hope you ain't think I'll fall off. Yeah, I've been kind of, anxious to get back to y'all. I told y'all about a book I was reading. I was gonna do a review on it when I finish, and I'm finished. I've been finished, but it was actually my first anniversary. You know what I mean? I've been married for a year now, and me and my lady we had to celebrate this weekend, so I was a little delayed. You feel me? But I'm here now, getting into it. So I was gonna review Behind the Hits. It's a book by Drumma Boy, Christopher Drumma Boy Golson. Man, listen, if you're a grinder, you're a dreamer, you're a producer, you anything, man, of the sort. I mean, I'm telling you, it's nothing short of motivational. Um, I can't say enough about this book, man. It lets you know who this guy is as a man. Like I was a fan of his music, but after like reading this book, like I'm actually a fan of the person that he is. A lot of people when they achieve success, they don't have to sidestep and like try to give you some game, try to give you some you know pointers on how you should be conducting yourself if you plan to be successful. And after every chapter in this book, he actually does. And it's a good bit of chapters. It's a good sized book. Definitely worth the money. Um, Man, and I actually had the chance to get my copy directly from him. It was an awesome thing, man. Shout out to my guy Scotty ATL. He was coming through, where I'm stationed at. I'm in the military and stuff like that. And I always support what Scotty does because he's always been like a stand-up guy. So he was coming through. Of course, I was pulling up, but like drummer somebody I always wanted to add to like my network. And like there's a lot of people around him that I know or I've came close to communicating with, and you know, I kind of was waiting on the opportunity, and when I got the opportunity, I really kind of got put in there by Scotty. So shout out to him. But I'm gonna get into this a little bit more. Um, Man, what could I say? That's the book cover. Of course, you just seen it. He's showing you a little bit about what the book looks like on the inside. I do want to take the time to say R.I.P. Insane Wayne. That's drummer's big brother. And I know how I feel to have older family in the industry or into the same type of thing you're passionate about, and they lay that foundation that you base your foundation off of and emulate, and you know what I mean. You build from there, and you just become your own person inside of your swagger, your grind, and your fruition, whatever God got for you. You feel me? And he definitely took what he had learned from all the people around him and just did his own thing with it. That's one thing about this book. It's like he dives into the people who influenced him. Like his parents. He tell you about their accomplishments. He tells you about like I said, his brother's accomplishments because his brother also was a producer as well who worked with some big names in Memphis and Atlanta. All over the place. Him and his brother both worked with Tila. And if you know, you know. That's a lot of cats who don't know. Just because of the age gaps and stuff like that that's coming along. But if you do know, you do know. Sure enough. Um, you learn about the city of Memphis. It's a lot of things I learned just reading the book historically, about the city of Memphis. It kind of put some places on my mind I want to go when I do touch down. Some places my mom and them told me about that they went to that he touched on in the book, which was cool to see as well. Um, Man, you learn history of Memphis, economically, musically, socially, even just as far as the black experience as well. And that's crazy to say that you learning stuff like that from a book as somebody telling you, you know, who he is as a producer. You know what I mean? Um, it kind of put me in the mind of like if you had a big brother in the industry that you were passionate about and he was just giving you free game, man. you know. Like he understand you, he understand what you're striving for, you know. And like it's before and at the end of every chapter, he got what he called D-boy talk, and he just like is dropping gems, dropping jewels on whoever's reading it, man. And I think that's huge. He didn't have to take the time out to do none of that, but you know, he put his hands on it, and as you could tell, everything this man put his hands on, you know, he really, really, really makes sure he fall all the way through it and make it greatness. Now, a lot of y'all, I'm not sure if you know, but man, Drumma has produced a lot of stuff. You know, this right here is just like the autograph that he had put in the copy that I purchased. Man, it was crazy. Like I said, Scotty was down here. Scotty ATL was down here where I'm stationed at or whatever, and you know, he was like, "Yo, anybody want this last copy?" And you know, I know Scotty knew who I was. I threw my hand up quick, and he was like, "You, all right, go ahead." So I went in there and it was like, "Yo," I chopped it up. He was like, "You know, what you want to say?" Woo, woo, woo. Then he told me the price of the book, and like just being a hundred at the time, like I basically spent my last to get that shit because I felt like that, you know, I always want to be somebody who shows serious intent, and you know, that's more important than anything. Like your money comes, money goes, and you know, I'm already straight, but just at the time, you know, like, hey, I felt like that was God testing me, like, so what you gonna do? And it was a no brainer. It was like, and then he autographed it. You know, I got to chop it up with him, with a legend, somebody who I done looked up to. I'm talking about since forever. He says it a lot, and it's the truth. The music he makes is a soundtrack to all of our lives, really. You know, it ain't many people in many generations that ain't been influenced by a hit song that's like produced by him. And so, you know, I'm a sidestep so that I can introduce y'all to a lot of these tracks that's produced by him. Um, let's see. First of all, and I can't even begin to get into all the tracks. There's so many tracks. I would take hours to let y'all know what this man's produced, but here we go. Drumma Boy hits. We got No Hands by Waka Flocka. You know, Roscoe Dash with Wale, of course. That song went diamond. Um, you got Lost with Gorilla Zoe and Lil Wayne. You got Put On with Kanye and Jeezy. Shawty with Plies and T-Pain. That's What's Up with Yo Gotti. Money to Blow with Drake. Me Okay by Jeezy. Ride Around and I'm Getting It with 2 Chainz. My Dad, Migos. USDA, White Girl. Young Jock, Juice Box. T.I., What's Up, What's Happening. Plies and Jeezy, Lose My Mind. Don't Come Looking for Love, August Alsina. Pastor Troy, Pop That. Yeah, if you know, you know, because you got to know that one. Over 100 Gucci Mane tracks, including All My Children. And, you know, like, that's just hits. It's songs that ain't even necessarily been hits. Like, one of my all-time favorite ones from Drumma is T.I., Ready for Whatever. Dog, I remember me and my cousin Jay, and you see him on my podcast a lot, Jay McCain. Both of us had like systems in our whip and stuff, and we used to be riding around to that shit. But like I remember one time in particular, it was like cuz called me and was like, "Yo, he had been having some issues with some cats in his apartments and stuff." And he called me, he was like, "Yo, bro, dude just tried me and I'm really finna crash out type deal." And I had just happened to be around the corner. So I'm like, "Oh shit, this shit finna go down." So I done threw on Ready for Whatever. Track me and bro Ben thumping on repeat. I had my little Camaro with my 15 in the back. Got that junk cranked all the way up. Heading around there ready to crash out by my fam. Because if you know me, you know like I ride for my people. Tried and true. Most definitely. You can ask any of them. But and I pull up. I see dudes standing outside. My speaker loud. So when I pull in, everybody turn and look at me. I'm bumping Ready for Whatever. Pulling up blast. Grabbed my shit. Got out the car. Walked up to bruh. He had just came back outside with his pump. Next thing you know, dude, brother started popping shit. Next thing you know, we all at a standoff. You feel me? Like j- weapons drawn, everybody out there, and everybody trying to calm us down. You know what I mean? But like, it just go to show like it's different songs, it's different soundtracks, it's different parts of everybody life. You know what I mean? Like shoot. I done had T Pain implied shouty on the ringtone for a certain gent. Keep me on the ringtone like T Pain say. Um, man, listen, who wasn't on that white girl, Christina Aguilera, put on for my city, man. Listen, give this man his flowers, give him his flowers because you know, it's just major, major stuff, man. This is Black history. This is like super amazing stuff. And then everybody who know me, y'all know, I say it all the time. Snowman, my favorite rapper, hands down. And a lot of Snowman catalog, his biggest hit, Standing Ovation, shoot, all kind of stuff, man. Drumma done did it. Drumma and Jeezy, and he speak on in the book. They locked in for life, and that's true. And I'm glad too because I need that. Y'all bring some more. You feel me? And shout out to Drumma too, cause man, he's a real down to earth cat. He had already checked out my podcast, you know, just on the strength, and I definitely told him I was gonna do this review. Once I finish reading this book, just like I did with Jeezy's book. But I mean, it's an awesome book. Like, no lie. Like, I really, really like Jeezy book because it brought his music to life. But I really like this book because I can feel at certain parts in the book, like he was where I am right now as somebody hustling, trying to get to a certain spot, and to see that he was where I'm at and he ended up getting where he got and still going, man. That's motivational as hell. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm a strong-minded person. People know me, I feel like it ain't nothing I can't do. Even shit. I mean, to keep it a stack, I definitely plan on doing business with Drumma. Shit, I know what I do to attract from Drumma or from anybody for that matter. But if you know, you know. But that's something different. Y'all probably hear about later on, man. But with this right now, it's just about the book, and I want y'all to understand that if you got any hustler's ambition in you, if you got any motivation to become something greater, you will love this book, man. The audio book will be available as well soon. You can't pass this one up. Trust me. Chapter for chapter, he telling you some shit that your dad or your uncle or your big brothers will tell you. Like, it's some real like some disciplinary type shit. You know what I mean? Like self-discipline. Like you always got to be prepared. You always got to be ready so you don't have to get ready because you're going to fuck yourself out of opportunity, stuff like that. Man, keep some people around you this hungry, this going to keep you on your shit, um, surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Don't burn no bridges, bet on yourself. You know, each chapter of this book, man, is basically like when you get outside of learning about Memphis, learning about his dad who did some awesome shit, man. I ain't gonna tell too much of the book, but like he's a legend in his own right. His brother's a legend in his own right. His mother, gave him the recipe. You feel me? Just like my people, I understand that 1,000,000%. You hear your people bumping a lot of music that influenced you when you was younger, because it always take you back to that time. You know, one of my favorite things about what he said is in his interactions with his people, his dad would like stop him when he making a mistake and just be like, just go ahead and learn how to do it the right way, so that you don't just continuously practice doing the wrong stuff, because all you're gonna do is get good at doing the wrong stuff wrong, instead of practicing on doing the right thing right. And I think that's a testament, to real fathers. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely preach that to my son, that you do it right, you do it like, and that's just man shit. Like most definitely, you gotta structure your mind a certain way to get to a certain destination, man. And you could tell that this guy is just a solid dude who got his mind right, and he got where he got from the way that he thinks, man. And I'm definitely motivated by it. I think anybody that be motivated by it, um, it's hard to hate it. You can't hate on something like this because like it's for everybody. If you hating on this book, if you hating on Drumma, I don't even want to be associated with nothing you got going on because I feel like you're a hater. And of course, I say all the time, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. But listen, real recognize real, man. You don't always have to go in these deep ass conversations, have these deep ass interactions, um, to know when somebody's on some real shit. You feel me? Um, but yeah, man. It's a whole lot of M Town shit going on in this book as well, and it's crazy how he got the M Town A Town connection, and did back and forth because Memphis pop on its own, and it's a lot of he had a lot to do with a lot of Memphis artists plugging into the A Town and stuff like that. Speaking of, Southern Eagle, it's my boy Renegade L. Ray. You know what I'm saying? Engineer Stankonia Studios. But he got his own movement. He's a Memphis native as well. I always shout my guy out. Like I say, I fool with real solid cats, and I always will support whatever they got going on. So shout out to Renegade L. Ray. Man, shout out to Fraser Boy. Shout out to a lot of cats from the M Town, man. It's some real cats out there, bro. As well as the A. But definitely, just man, look. If you don't do nothing else, make sure that you go and check out this book, man. It's been a long campaign, as you can see, Drumma been like on a lot of news channels. He been on Sway. He got people like Jeezy and a whole lot of other people just co-signing the book, and it's like you would think that's just off his name, but if you read it, you'd be like, this is a great piece of literature, and I'm glad I read it. When I got to the end of it, I was just like, damn, like that was a good ass book. You feel me? And it put some shit on my mind too. So like at the end of the day, if you aspire to do anything and you come across a piece of literature that makes you take self inventory, I think that's major. I think that's super major. So I definitely want to give a shout out to him just on even putting something out like this in the atmosphere. I do want to, like I said, bring light to the fact that No Hands is a diamond record. That's crazy. I know good and well that everywhere I be when that joint come on, the ladies running to the dance floor, and the fellas running too, cause we running behind them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta thank Drumma for that. You feel me? He cooked that shit up on the spot in the studio with them guys, man. And then shit, and they went in the booth, and the rest was history. Roscoe went in there and just started on the top of his head type shit. I think it was, and everybody else put their magic in. But it started out with Drumma, man, and like you gotta be thankful to legends like that, man, because imagine the many parties you was in and stuff like that when that shit dropped, and imagine where that shit would have been without all he has contributed, man. I feel like, listen, it ain't no way you can even goddamn it's a lot of cats you can't compare to what he has done. Is what I'm saying, man. But I won't ramble on too much. I just definitely wanted to show love to this piece of literature, man. It's an awesome book. I understand, the desire to one day, write some shit myself, being that, like my sister put out a book last year and my mom in the same year, but my mom's been a poet since I was young. It's actually how I began like rapping. She just started writing songs like for one day, and then I did it. My songs were better than my poems, so I kept going. So of course, that's how it went, and it kept going, man. Speaking of, You know, my album is on the way. My album is being mixed and mastered. You know, Eccentric, Cato the King. You know, yours truly. I guarantee you this is gonna be epic. I think it's my best body of work so far. Of course, it ain't close to my last, but you know, I won't let you down. Even though it's more about me than y'all. You know, I'm at that stage in my development, but I think because it's like that, the product that I give you will be even greater. You know, it's repetition is the father of learning, man. I stick with it. I stuck with it. I do this. I did it. Just like Drumma, just like everybody, man. So, you know, shout out to them. Shout out to Spark Dog, you know, Drum Squad artists as well. You know, cool cat doing this thing. Um, Shout out to Scotty ATL, Cool Club, Mastermind. Shoot. Shout out to Beauty and the Beats podcast with Drumma Boy and Dime Piece. Um, if you need some grills, holla at Grills by Scotty. You know, or Spark Dog. You know, the Hood Dentist. They are easy to find on IG. If you have interest and you can't find them, hit me up. I'll direct you to them for sure. You know, um, but everybody who got something going on, man, that's real. I'm gonna always support that, and especially if you coming with that fire. And this book was fire. And man, everybody around them is doing their thing, bro. And it's hard to hate it. You gotta show love if you're a real one. But I'm gonna slide out like that, and I'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with your boy. It's Insomniatic.